We have a newfound appreciation for Half-Blood Prince because it used to be my least favorite movie as a kid.
Dude, I was going into this like, I'll enjoy it because it's a Harry Potter movie, but this is definitely one of the worst Harry Potter movies. I don't know if I agree with that anymore.
What's up, fellow cave dwellers? It's your host, Liv, and...
Just saw Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Sorry, I'm just excited.
We just saw our local theater's 15-year showing of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Dude.
So this is going to be a Harry Potter episode.
15-year look back.
And if you think that's cringe, you're too young to be online.
Get out of here. We're old. What house are you in?
Okay, what house is Dumbledore, though? I was thinking about that.
He was a Gryffindor.
Oh.
No. Was he a Ravenclaw?
Oh, he was Gryffindor.
Okay.
I like the houses. I know people are like, oh my God, it's so millennial to be like, what house are you? But everyone does that with literally everything. Everything. I've done tests on which district I am in the Hunger Games, which family I'd belong to in Twilight.
Oh, then it makes it so much better.
I understand. We have a newfound appreciation for Half-Blood Prince because it used to be my least favorite movie as a kid.
Dude, I was going into this like, I'll enjoy it because it's a Harry Potter movie, but this is definitely one of the worst Harry Potter movies. I don't know if I agree with that anymore.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like as a kid, it was like a bit of the more boring ones because there was a few kids at the showing, and like I don't think they were laughing at the jokes like everyone else was laughing at.
Yeah, there's not really a thing, like I don't know if MacGuffin is quite the right term here, but like, okay, so in the second movie, there's the snake. In the third movie, there's the Dementors. In the fourth movie, there's the tournament with the dragons.
Werewolf, and I just feel like the end of the fourth, obviously when like Voldemort comes back, it kind of shifts into like adult. Like it becomes a little bit more mature.
Totally.
I remember my English teacher in high school was like, "No, I've never read Harry Potter. They're children's books," and I was like, "Gasp!"
Yeah,
they actually take a shift.
You grow with them.
You grow with them.
Yeah, which is really cool. The language and the everything gets more mature as you go.
Yeah, it was like if you are a younger viewer, it's kind of like you probably started watching superhero movies really young and like grew with them, which we did also in a way. But like I feel like, when was the first time you went to a Harry Potter movie in the theater? Do you remember?
Oh man, I was so young. I was like 6, and I was really scared.
Which one was it?
It was the first. I was.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the first in theater, and I was too young. I remember the scene of Voldemort murdering Harry's parents and being like.
When he's like walking through the houses with like the hood. Oh, terrifying.
I was like, that haunted me for like 6 months. I was too young to see that movie, but nothing ever scared me more because I was so young. Like the snake didn't even bother me. I was grade 2 when the snake came out on DVD because I remember it was around summer. Anyway.
So I'm like 2.5 years younger than you.
Yeah.
So I was like 3 when the first one was in theater, which sounds insane. Like a 3 and a 6-year-old sounds so far apart. But like I didn't go see one in theater until the third one. Yeah. So I was at my across the street neighbor's house, and the second one was playing because they had it on DVD, and I was like,
"It's too much."
No, I was hooked.
Oh, you were
I was like,
"Okay,
Mom, what is this? Why has nobody showed me this yet?"
Oh, cool.
That was also where I saw Spider-Man the first time.
Okay.
So they had 2 sons, so there was no like princess movies going on over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Did the snake scare you?
I love princess movies. So when I was there, I didn't see the whole movie. So it was actually, we went to the local video store, RIP, and we rented it.
Okay.
You know, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
And the snake scared me, but I also wanted to watch it over and over. Like it was before school, and I was like, Mom, can we watch Harry Potter too?
That's such a kid thing.
And she was like, no, there's simply not enough time. And I was like, I think there is no concept of time. Like,
yeah. So to relate that back to kids at this theater, there's no like thing in this movie.
No, there's nothing really to hold on to.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot of stuff happening.
There's a lot of kissing.
It is a lot of setup for the next movie.
It is a lot of setup.
But for a movie that is a lot of setup for the next movie, it's an awful lot of kissing.
And drugs.
And drugs.
They're just doing liquid luck left, right, and center. They're doing love potions left, right, and center.
Yeah. I was like, Ron does the love potion. I was like, that dude's on Molly.
Yeah. And then Slughorn being like, awful, come down. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then Harry takes his liquid luck. I don't know quite what that was, but he's like, I sense I must go here. And
oh my God. Can I say it now?
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe's portrayal of someone on liquid luck is so funny. Oops. Him going like replays in my mind over and over. It's so good.
I was whispering to you in the theater. I was like, this is the only time in the entirety of the 8 movies where he's allowed to just play someone that is not like extremely moody and sad orphan boy.
Yeah.
He's just
traumatized.
Like, yeah, he's just completely lifted.
Yeah.
And it's
nice.
So funny. And
he can act.
Yeah.
I think, okay, I don't know for sure, and I'm not allowed to use my phone again, but I think he might be EGOT status. So he's won an Emmy, a Grammy. No, he wouldn't have won a singing one. Never mind. But
regardless.
He's so fun. Like he's a musical theater now.
Oh.
Like he is just
and he's done
in like funny movies.
Silly villain role that like
in that Treasure movie.
Stupid, like,
with
whatever.
Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
And a couple horror movies.
Yeah, and
but
just like, anyway, and that one, he's just like a really silly villain. And it's like funny because it's like, oh, it's Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, and I just feel like he knows. He's like, I was Harry Potter and I really loved it. And now I'm just doing things that I want.
Yeah.
Because I have
as you should,
so much money and I just can. And that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. He lived in where I grew up for a while.
Yeah.
Because his girlfriend is in Moonshine, which is a show that was taped half an hour where I lived. And
he was living here for a bit.
Yeah. He just kept going to the gym that I went to growing up.
They the gym out for him.
They did. He kind of rented a whole time for himself.
That's pretty baller.
Yeah. The people working were told, like, it was my friend's older brother, and they were told, like, act cool.
Act cool.
I'm like, how would you even? I wouldn't have been allowed to work that day. They would have been like, Liv, you're not scheduled. Anyway, I have a lot of respect for Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, and that is like one of my favorite scenes in all of Harry Potter. I will give that. Yeah, just Harry
the whole
being,
sequence.
Like, he's just so high.
Yeah.
And he's being so goofy.
And him and whoever, I don't know the guy's name, but whoever plays Professor Slughorn is also so good. Like, Harry, sir. Like,
sir, then by all means come with me.
Yeah, well, by all means come with me, sir.
Oh, dude. And you were saying this as we were walking out, but that was such a good casting role.
Oh my God.
Professor Slughorn.
Well, that's what I feel like for British like things. It's just like there is like such a hot pick of like between like 30 to 50 of them, and they're just in like everything.
I know. And I know when like Harry Potter first started, it was like, for Britain, it was like they just got like the top of the top.
Yes.
They had everybody.
Like Alan Rickman
and Maggie Smith. And, they just crushed it.
And they're basically all in Downton Abbey.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just felt like that actor was.
Man, it was so his
good.
eye like. Like,
yeah, and the way he was like, he felt dynamic to me. He had a lot of range. He
went
regrets.
Up and down.
Yeah.
And
I felt like he was a really well established character. Where earlier,
and it was the first movie he was in.
Exactly. Like earlier, it's established like, oh, they see him at the bar and he's like kind of tipsy, and then it's like, oh, like Harry uses that to his advantage to like, when he's drinking later in the movie.
And when I was a kid,
get the information from him.
Yeah, and when I was a kid, I didn't catch any of that.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that. Like watching this, it felt like watching a new movie because, you just catch him now as being a character who is like so obsessed with. Like, he has that wall of pictures of, like, his students that have done amazing. Yes. The Slug Club.
The Slug Club.
Like, I didn't catch that as a kid. I was like, okay, he's just a teacher. But now that I'm an adult, I'm like, oh, my God. He, like, the Professor Flitwick?
Flitwick.
Yeah, he didn't want to go get a drink with him, clearly, because he finds him annoying.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that as a kid.
Yeah. And when you even see him at the bar and he's kind of just like talking his story.
Yeah. And you can hear him like even in the back.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this guy's an old professor
who just thinks he's the cat's meow.
Yeah. Like we at this university that we went to, like we have those professors down, drinking at the Lib Pub, you know, and it's like
and I love them all.
Yeah. So one actually really fun detail that you asked me about at the end of the movie, they get the locket.
Oh yeah.
This movie is all about Horcruxes.
Stuff.
And they're like, oh, who has this? Who got this locket? R.I.B.
Is it?
So it's Regulus Black.
Okay, I figured it was,
But it's really,
or I knew.
really cool because earlier in the movie, Harry is looking at Slughorn's collection of people and he says, you know,
that's Sirius's little brother?
He's like, I didn't get Sirius, but, you know, of course I got Regulus when he came along.
Yeah. Sure, regular.
I know, right? Yeah,
poor guy.
Yeah. So I was really impressed that they would include like that little detail of lore. Yeah. Like they actually, like by the time they get the locket, Regulus has actually been introduced into the story, which is kind of cool.
That is cool. It's also kind of like a bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Which is also cool.
Yeah.
It's also like we're talking about foreshadowing and like how they did it well. I feel as though the Harry Potter movies also feel just so good because they didn't come out in a time where everyone was analyzing everything to death.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it may have gone differently, kind of like the last season of Game of Thrones was really influenced because...
No, but Game of Thrones was terrible.
Yeah, no, but they were listening to people online. They were.
I know, and they listened the wrong way.
Like, didn't they say, like, someone guessed how the ending was, so they changed it? Or is that a lie?
That's been talked about for sure.
Okay.
Because there's a clip of George R.R. Martin that's like, he's talking and he's like, well, you know, if you've planned all this stuff and foreshadowed that the butler did it, and then someone guesses the butler did it, you don't change it to the maid.
You don't quit the clue game.
Yeah, and that's what they did. Like, they gave the Night King kill to Arya.
Yeah.
When it makes no sense.
No.
Sorry, it'll be a 2-hour video if we go into that.
But that's what I mean. Like this stuff just came out before everyone.
No.
Which is so funny because we're feeling the need to talk about it, but we're just talking.
Yeah, but everyone just wants to hate everything.
Everyone does. This is the podcast episodely plug to say, try not to hate everything.
Dude, Twitter is gonna destroy us all. And I really believe that.
A lot of people have left since the Musker bought it.
I think it's gotten worse, but I think
it has. It has. As like a vapid Twitter user, you have to really like mute all the words you don't want to see.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's still funny stuff.
I think it's always recency bias, but I just really, even though I do actually have a lot to critique about this movie, and we'll get to that.
Oh, I can't wait because I don't.
I found this movie very fun. Like I was just enjoying myself the whole way through.
Yeah.
Like the humor was great.
The environment was good too. The theater was basically packed with people of all ages, which is always so fun. And everyone was just cracking up.
Oh man, the guy next to us was there with his mom. Like in front of us, it was like a grandmother and a small.
We think.
I'm assuming.
I'm also assuming.
Like 6 or 7 year old probably.
She was probably 8 or 9.
8 or 9 for sure.
Yeah. I wanted to be her friend.
Yeah. Dude, like as a whole, really fun.
And there was a little guy behind us who I think was 6 or 7. And he was asking his mom good questions. Like I could kind of hear him and I didn't mind because he wasn't just like, can we go see Sonic instead? Like,
it's also just a 15-year-old movie.
Yeah. And like British slang, like, there's just, like, I heard the mom say, snocking means kissing.
Oh,
you know, like, he just didn't know. And this one is a more information-heavy movie, so, like, obviously they're going to talk, but it was nice. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. And our first movie, Harry Potter movie, seeing each other with each other.
Yeah.
Patrick and I met at Harry Potter trivia in university.
At our campus bar. So it's
at our campus
wholesome.
Bar. So.
I also I tied for first place, getting 30 out of 30, I think, or 29 out of 30 for trivia that night. So I know my Harry Potter lore.
I was like, oh my gosh, that guy's cute. And then your name got called and I was like, oh my God, he's smart too. As if like Harry Potter trivia determines the end all be all of intelligence.
Yeah, the whole reason I won was because like for an hour before I just studied Harry Potter trivia online.
Yeah.
And then the people that hosted the trivia just got it from the
man,
internet. And I was just
bad.
like, oh, I know them all. Anyway.
But it got you to win and it got us to meet.
Because yeah, if I hadn't been like super into it, like and gone up to the front.
Yeah, you were standing in front of me. I couldn't see the freaking screen.
We had a table way in the back.
Yeah. And I was like, sir, could you please move? And he turned around in slow motion, Prince Charming, and the rest was just history. And I chased him for a year. That's a lie. Kind of.
Anyway.
I really liked it. I had a good time. Also, it's fun. I know you really want to get into critiques, so I'm trying to get out all my little things.
I was going to say, before we get to critiques, I want you to say everything you like.
I mean, I've basically said everything, but it's also fun watching it as like a teacher now or someone in a teacher role. And like, these are students because I don't know. I just thought of so many jokes. Like when Dumbledore asks Harry, like, oh, you and Hermione hang out a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that is breaching professionalism.
Man, it's really funny because I feel like the writers were like, we need to establish that Harry and Hermione aren't interested.
Yeah.
Because like there is a next scene later where they're like kind of holding each other and it's like, oh, maybe they'll get together.
I never once thought that as a kid.
No, it was always Ron and
I was
Hermione.
like, no, they're friends.
Always.
Like you could tell with the body language he was comforting her. Yeah.
Okay.
But I also never saw my parents comfort each other, so I did not equate comforting someone with love.
Are you ready for me to start complaining?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Passionately
You know
complaining.
what? Let's bring it to Twitter. We're taking it to a place of Twitter.com.
The biggest and first thing I have to say is this movie... Here's what I'll say. The source material is the book. And the purpose of the book was to lay out Tom Riddle / Voldemort as a character so that you understand his motives.
Okay.
So that you understand like what he comes from, why he's operating the way he's operating. You kind of get into his head and you learn how he thinks.
Okay, yeah.
So in the books, there's probably 6 to 8 pensive chapters.
Right.
Pensive. The pensive.
Oh, pensive. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought we were using a new word.
Nah. So you go like I think probably the orphanage shot is the first one.
Right.
But then there's also like his home life.
Yeah.
And he hates his dad and he hates muggles and his dad was a muggle and it's like you learn like that's a really important thing. You learn about also like he was a professor very briefly at Hogwarts.
Gotcha.
He befriended this lady named Bathilda Bagshot.
Oh yeah.
Bathilda Bagshot. And I'm pretty sure it was Bathilda. I might be wrong on that. But anyway, he befriended this old lady and like stole her tiara and killed her.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it wasn't because Bathilda's in the last movie and she would be dead for a long time.
But anyway, it was Rowena. It was Rowena's.
No, sorry. It was the cup. Maybe.
Oh,
I think it was
because I'm
cup.
like, it is the Ravenclaw.
Perhaps. Anyway, he stole a very like rare relic from
to make it a Horcrux.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of it is that like
the movie is missing that for sure.
There's 2 scenes we get from the pensieve. There's the orphanage.
Yeah.
And learning about what a Horcrux is.
Yeah. Yeah, and one more. Like, one more would have done a lot.
One more to fill in like...
You know what? I'm going to say it. We could have taken out some of the kissing and put in another one.
And that is my number one complaint about this movie.
Yeah.
Is like, there's way too much time spent on Lavender Brown. And I get that it is to establish Ron. And like, it very much says, okay, they do like each other.
Yeah.
And you need to get to there.
And they do have chemistry, unlike Harry and Ginny.
You know, there's like the Slughorn parties.
Yeah,
there's just a lot. I think that a lot of that fat could have been trimmed down.
Yeah. And it's funny.
It is funny. And I totally get why they did it because this is a very dark movie. There's a lot of serious stuff in this one. It's definitely shifted.
It lightens.
So you need some stuff to lighten it.
Yeah.
But I think that like even if you just threw in like not big like exposition like scenes with Dumbledore like then explaining it after.
Yeah.
But if it's just like a scene and then it's just you're like they're in the courtyard doing something
and then it goes to the dinner party.
If it just like goes to another shot of like the pensieve like doing its like spooky.
Yeah, just like Dumbledore is clearly showing Harry another memory.
And then maybe you get even 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
And then you actually learn a little bit about Voldemort.
And they could have been literally like 2.5-minute montages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's like...
Because it is like the movies are lacking that. There is like this sense of, okay, he's at an orphanage, but like, why? When?
Right.
How?
Right.
What?
Also, I got to be honest, they very much like paint him as always evil. Like never had a good bone in his body.
They do.
Which like he's just like I can make people hurt. Like they're so setting up like this is an evil child. This is child Hitler, and if we could go back in time, we would shoot him in the crib.
Oh yeah, that's true. Dumbledore being Slughorn. Somebody said it.
Yeah, Dumbledore's like, did
that moment?
Yeah, did I know that I just met the most?
And then
evil,
he stopped talking, and I was like, spit it out, buddy.
So
how do you really feel?
I don't know. Like it's just like they just make Voldemort this big bad.
I always love villains too. Like he had more depth
when you understand,
or even like Draco has so many layers.
Yeah.
Give him more screen time too. Like
I thought he did great in this movie, I will say, but I could have had more.
Yeah. Like I also like we grew up with this cast.
Yeah.
It was very much like when they were coming of age, we were also coming of age, which is really fun. Like when I saw this movie for the first time, it was a little like I was a little bit younger, but I was like, oh, kissing, like I'm going to think about that in a couple years. And it also shows that the characters are maturing. It makes sense that they're like, romantically inclined now, but
oh God, like the second openings, the second scene is like Harry talking to that girl in the coffee shop and then Dumbledore's like, we got a dip.
Oh yeah, that I don't think that was necessary.
Like there's the Cormac McLaggen bit. Cormac McLaggen, the dude that likes Hermione. Like Romilda Vane and the love potion. I get that so that they can break Lavender and break up. But like...
And also like
show
to get back to Slughorn.
Yeah, and show that Dumbledore...
Like he tried to get poisoned again.
Yeah, but man, I just like... lacking substance for Voldemort. So that is like my number one critique.
Yeah, and like Draco, Draco just has so many. I think he's such a cool character.
He is.
Yeah.
And you don't.
Because I think Snape gets what he deserves in Deathly Hallows.
Agreed.
I do.
Agreed. Snape feels complete.
You could never have enough Snape screen time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Draco, his dad died in the last one, right?
No, his dad's still alive.
What happened to his dad again?
In the last one? Oh, he just got like fooled by all those kids at the Ministry of Magic when there's like the big showdown.
Right. And right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he just kind of gets clowned on.
Yeah. Well, it happens when you're also Captain Hook.
Yeah.
He also plays Captain Hook.
Yeah. I have another complaint. It's more like Twittery, but I think it's kind of valid.
We are in a place of Twitter.com.
Okay.
We're going to X.com now.
I think the ending section is a little, I'm going to
fluffy?
say contrived. Not the very last scene.
What does that word mean?
But the battle, well, it's not a battle.
You mean when they're on like the roof type thing?
Yeah.
Or do you mean when they're at the Horcrux?
No, when they're on the roof.
Okay, yeah.
So Draco spends his entire time, it's all this time, getting like the whole year fixing this cabinet because like it kills birds so living things can't go through it. He fixed it to get the Death Eaters to come.
I literally never understood that.
What do they do?
Yeah, I think it's like they're now in the castle. Like they have penetrated this like impenetrable place.
So it's like Hogwarts has been.
Like, I think it's more of a,
symbolic.
I think it's more symbolic than like them, because it is more of a setup. But like there is that moment they come out and you're feeling like, oh no, the bad guys are in the good place, like the good safe place. Because it like for years it's like Hogwarts is the most safe place you can be.
And they're just strolling in. No one is doing anything.
No.
And then Harry is the only one that chases after them.
Yeah.
They literally, there are 6 of them. They have Harry Potter and they just leave him there on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, they have him. They could have taken him.
I'm gonna do this in the books. It's a giant battle. So when
Makes sense.
So when Harry drinks the potion in the books, he drinks half of it. And then he still has like his whole crew of like the DA, Dumbledore's army crew.
Yeah.
They've all learned to fight.
The DA.
Yeah. So Harry actually gives everybody because he knows that there's going to be a fight, but he's leaving to go with Dumbledore. So he gives everyone like a drop of the Felix potion to just
nice.
And what I love about that is it's like, yeah, these are less experienced fighters.
Yeah.
So they should be probably a little bit worse against all these like super powerful
They
wizards.
should be. They're children.
But they've taken the potion, so like they get away unscathed. But there's a battle and Harry's chasing them. But like the Death Eaters are like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Not like, all right, we're just strolling through. There's one random
Maggie
dude.
Smith would not let this happen.
Yeah, there's one random dude in the Great Hall having a late night snack, and he went in at the wrong time.
No, he wasn't eating. He was guarding it.
Was he guarding it?
He was the guard.
Oh.
He was walking back and forth through the whole movie.
That's the other thing. Yeah, there were like 80 Aurors, and then there's just that guy.
Don't get me. Look.
And he's an Auror.
Yeah. What is that?
Like wizard cops. Okay,
I'm going to tell you right now, though, cops are notably never doing anything except killing the wrong people. Sorry.
No. But Aurors are like...
Yeah, right, because Harry wants to be one.
Aurors are more like special trained forces military. They're not just like cops. They're like the best of the best.
Yeah.
Also like private eye investigator, cop, military.
Look, there's some plot holes for sure, but I'm just here for a good time.
So that's my more like...
That makes sense. I should read the books again.
It's just like, they're just kind of there to be... And I'll also say the scene where they like attack the Weasleys' house.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, I feel like they would have set some barriers up. Like Harry Potter is there.
They're in the middle of like nowhere. I know. I keep being like, you have Harry Potter.
Here's
you know who is after him.
Yeah. And here's all you have to do is set up a barrier around it.
Yeah.
Have Bellatrix come. She riles Harry up. He leaves the barrier.
Yeah.
And the only reason they're saved is because there happen to be 2 Aurors there.
Yeah.
I guess actually, sorry, Remus isn't an Auror. Is he an Auror? Tonks is.
Look.
Whatever.
He's a werewolf, so.
He's a sick fighter.
It's cool.
I love
Remus. She said like, it was like the first of the cycle or something, the first night of the cycle. Yeah. And I was like, is he a girl? Just the word cycle.
Sorry. I can get yapping. But
that makes
more,
total
like,
sense.
Specific plot point. I'm like, come on. But whatever. Sometimes those things happen.
I think they lost the plot a little bit in the later movies.
Genuine critique though is like this was the one to flesh out Voldemort and you didn't do that.
Yeah. Like as like his backstory. And it's like, why would you also not include the battle?
Yeah.
Or like, anyway.
Also, I got one more thing. I'm sorry.
Do it. Wait. I want to talk about the moment with Snape really quick. Like in the end.
Okay.
You know, when he's like, Bellatrix, like, don't touch him. It's for Voldemort.
Yeah.
It's for the Dark Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like, so, like, because you're like, why didn't they carry him and bring him away? But Snape is a good guy.
I agree.
So he's like kind of Harry's protector in that moment, I feel like.
I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
I just think if there was a bit of pressure on them.
Oh, I don't think it's enough.
But you're so right.
Yeah.
Because she does seem like kind of subservient to Snape, and it's like whatever he says goes.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, there were 6 of you. Like, yeah.
Each take a limb.
Also, I guess you could say like at this point, Voldemort knows he can't kill Harry.
Right.
Because there's that connection. Because they each tried to, and it doesn't work.
So can a Horcrux kill a Horcrux?
Well, like,
because I was asking this during like when Harry's like, should I just drink the liquid? And I'm like, would it bother him because he's also
I wonder
a Horcrux?
That. I wonder because like I assume the reason it's like that whole thing is set up is like in case Voldemort needs to go back. Because you want some way to get back to your Horcrux. So maybe if he drinks the potion, like in the book, Dumbledore just has to like relive all his worst memories. And he does have a moment in there where he's like, it's my fault. And he's like talking about his sister as his sister dies.
Yeah. I feel like that's the thing about movies and books. You don't get those inner thoughts with movies, obviously. Like, but I talk about this all the time, the difference between written and visual.
Oh, because like the dude Ezra Miller in the new Harry Potter movies, right? He's in the new Harry Potter,
like the Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Who?
The guy that's like Dumbledore's secret brother.
No.
Okay.
Look,
like
after the first one, I kind of checked out.
The little orphan boy that he like turns into like, and he like explodes and goes crazy. And,
oh my God, Ezra Miller?
Yes, that's what I said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand.
Man, and I even had the actor right. I was like, you know Ezra Miller? Yeah, Ezra Miller.
You just talk really quick and I'm getting tired.
He like goes crazy and explodes.
Yes.
That's what Dumbledore's sister had too.
That's Dumbledore's brother?
It's a can of worms. We can get it.
Oh my God.
Oh, listen.
Look,
after you lose the source material, everything always gets awful.
Oh my, no.
Like Lord of the Rings.
No, but here's the thing.
New Harry Potter movies.
You know, you can be part of a fandom all you want and know everything about it, every nook and cranny. I have not yet reached an interest where I care enough to know about every nook and cranny. Like, you are a nerd that way. You know nooks and crannies of a lot of things. Like, you're like, I need to know. And I'm like, I am perfectly comfortable just not knowing that. Sometimes
it's such a thing. People get too deep and then they just hate stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? I loved the first Fantastic Beasts movie.
Me too.
I love Eddie Redmayne
it was
so much. Good. After that, everything went in the pooper. But I thought that movie was really fun.
I agree.
Anyway, what's your third critique?
Oh,
can you pass me water?
So Tom Riddle learns about Horcruxes and he gets a very simple understanding of them from a library. He's like, I kind of get it, but can you explain it better for me?
You're not about to spit if you divide yourself.
No. Horace Slughorn is an accomplished wizard, yes.
Yeah.
And he has a pretty good understanding of Horcruxes.
Yeah.
Dumbledore is the greatest wizard of all time, arguably.
Right.
And he needs to get that info out of Harry. Like, how the hell did he not figure that out himself? That I get the like, oh, in that moment they learned that he split his soul into 7.
Yeah.
But Dumbledore's like, oh, I could have never imagined. It's like, dude,
I know.
Horace Slughorn knew what a Horcrux was.
And he has the ring and the book. And I'm
like,
why did you keep that?
Like, he's like literally in the second book, they're like, part of his soul was in that.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I kind of clock that too. I feel like as the movies continue, Dumbledore turns into like this dummy who like isn't kind to children.
Did you put your name in the goblet
Oh my God. Dumbledore says calmly.
Dude, I think we're going to have to see all these movies because I could just talk about this for
Oh my God.
long.
That made me want to watch all them. Okay, I've watched the first and second one so much because I'm always like, time for a marathon.
We need to go see them all in theater though. And I think they probably...
We probably missed a few.
I know. They do Lord of the Rings all the time though.
We should just book like a whole theater for my birthday. And just like watch a movie on the big... No, it won't be Harry Potter though. I'm going to be like The Mummy.
yeah, Jurassic Park.
No.
Okay.
Too scary.
Oh, of course.
Too scary.
We were going to like rank... Is there anything else you want to talk about this movie? Anything you really liked? Anything else?
No, I just had a really good time.
Dude, and overall, I did too.
It was so comfortable.
Yeah.
There was something so... Obviously, it's the nostalgia and stuff. But I was like, oh my God, I feel so like... nice just watching this in a theater. It was fun. It was packed.
So fun.
I also like watching things I've seen before.
Yeah.
It's an anxiety thing, whatever.
Yeah.
It was just fun. And really I love Daniel Radcliffe. He's funny. But also after seeing Beauty and the Beast, Emma Watson's kind of ruined for me a little bit.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's Belle.
No, it's Hermione.
Oh, how many times have you seen the live action Beauty and the Beast?
I don't know.
Is 0, Patrick.
How many times have you seen it?
Oh, a lot. I love Beauty and the Beast.
But you've probably seen all the Harry Potter movies twice.
Oh, yes, but
have you seen?
But I've seen Beauty and the Beast more recently, more.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't come after me like that. Want to rank them?
We're going to rank all our Harry Potter movies?
Well, that's what the people are asking for.
I think that's a great idea.
Because I don't want to give this movie like stars.
No. But just to go through like off of memory, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Oh my God. Oh,
you're just going to have to.
Worst to.
I would go worst to best, yeah.
God, this is so hard.
Okay, well then I'm going to do it.
Okay, you start.
Okay. I know that my least favorite Harry Potter movie, man, this is going to be controversial.
Oh, you're going to say 1.
No.
Oh, you're going to say 2.
No.
Oh my God, you're going to say 3.
I'm just going to go through them all? Okay, it's between.
It's hard.
No.
Do you want to do favorites?
No. I think I really like this one, but I think I have to say the worst one is 7 Part 1. Because it is just Part 1.
It's Part 1. I feel like this about all of them. Breaking Dawn, Part 1.
Yeah, it just kind of has to be the worst because it's got the least substance and the least bit of a conclusion. Yeah.
Same with the Hunger Games, like whatever one, Part 1.
It just has to be the worst.
It's just hard because you're using the first half of a book, which doesn't have the climax point.
Exactly.
So it doesn't feel like it follows. Like you just lose me a little bit.
So after that, I think I'm gonna actually say 4.
Wait, what? No, we're gonna go back and forth.
Oh, you're gonna say your worst.
But
I think it'd be easier.
What else happens in
I think it'd be easier if we just go through mine and then yours.
Fine.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Okay.
4?
Yeah, I know everyone likes 4 because it's like the tournament. I don't know, man. That's the other one that I'm just like, dude, this doesn't make sense. Like, oh, his name was put in it, so he has to do it.
Stop thinking about what makes sense. Think about what you enjoy.
I don't enjoy that one.
Wow, jail.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like,
unless you want me to be like do you want me to be a subjective listener, right? I mean, objective listener.
I don't care. I just think like the tournament is like whatever.
I love the tournament. I love the rule of 3 in
also
literature.
Like you hate sports, and all that is sports. About that? No. Listen, this is my opinion.
Oh my God, I hate when dragon fighting is on TV.
When you have your ranking, you can talk. Then you'll have the floor.
I hate when swimming to save a loved one is on TV.
So anyway, I don't know. 4 is just like, it's this tournament, and I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I don't really know what to say.
Robert Pattinson is in it.
There's a lot that's like weird. It's like I don't think it was adapted well. It's missing a lot of stuff. I just it doesn't do it for me.
Because you probably read that book before you saw the movie.
I did.
Like
I did. I've seen them all. Anyway, hey, stop talking. I'm sorry, you can chat. And honestly, 4 might be below 7 Part 1.
You
like
didn't say I can't sing.
I don't like Part 4.
Part 4.
I don't like 4.
We might have to break up.
Dude. We're trying to do this in under an hour.
We are? Yeah.
Anyway, I think after that it gets like a little muddy. I'm probably gonna say 2. And then I would have said 6. Actually, I would have said 6.
You're
holy shit. Okay, so 7 Part 1, 4. I would have said 6.
Yep.
But I think I might put 2 here.
Okay.
And then go 7 Part 2.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Then 6.
Wow.
No. 6, then 7 Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then 1.
Okay.
Then 5. And then 3.
Wow. Order of the Phoenix is up there.
Second top. Dude.
Why?
Umbridge is just such a good villain.
Man, you and your mom are obsessed with Umbridge.
Dude, I see that her. So I respect her. It's satisfying to see her get beat up by centaurs.
I feel like we all knew an Umbridge.
It's the only movie in the entire series that has a sick wizard battle.
True. That was the first time we see like a wizard battle.
It is like anime shit.
Yeah.
And I actually think that the Harry Potter series needed more of that.
Totally.
because
totally,
it's so creative. Like he's shooting glass
it's
at him.
magic.
Dumbledore turns it all to sand as it comes through. Fire,
water. We got all the elements.
My God. It's literally.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, that fight is so sick. My problem with 7 Part 2 is there's this giant monologue that Harry gives.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you don't understand. Like, you think you've always understood and you don't. The wand passed to him and then it passed to him. And so that actually means because I just beat Draco, the wand belongs to me and they do their thing. And in the movie, it's like, let's finish this how we started it, Tom. And he jumps off the building. No, they just do their wand and it doesn't, and his wand cracks. And there's just no.
Oh, and then Harry tells it.
There's no like, this is why. It's like, I just beat you now.
Yeah, because he kept it a secret. Harry always kept things as a secret, though.
Anyway, so.
In the movies.
So yeah.
That makes sense.
7 Part 1, 4.
You really remember the books. I don't. Sorry.
That's okay. Anyway, and then the rest, yeah. Yeah,
I don't.
So, and then 3 is my favorite.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that's more of like as a movie, though. It's just like so creative.
Well, we're talking about the movies.
Like, not even about the storyline, though. It's just like the way it's shot. Like, I feel like you get so much of Hogwarts in that movie.
Yeah, and that movie has... You just think it's done, and then the time turner comes out.
True.
And it's like...
You've got a whole other little section there.
Oh, my God. And then, like, Lupin... And you figure out I always say it wrong, the Marauders.
Yeah, the Marauders, man.
Love them.
Dude, Gary motherfucking Oldman?
Yes. And just like that whole scene, I saw this thing on Twitter that I want that. That was like, man, this scene, they really had like literally the British royalty of acting in one room. And they do. Oh, it's so good. When those guys come together, I also feel like that was the first time when I was a kid that I really understood what was happening. Like that was like, I watched it so much that I was like, whoa. Like that was the first time something really clicked for me. I didn't get it the first time because I was really scared.
Such a good twist.
Oh my gosh. Ron's rat and... Okay, so that's my number one. Ugh, God, I'm starting in the wrong way, but that's my number one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes I like going that. I can't like go backwards, so I'll just go. We'll snake it.
Okay.
So my number one is Harry Potter 3, The Prisoner of Azkaban. Okay. Second is I'm trying to think about how much fun I had watching them. My second is Harry Potter 4, Goblet of Fire. I'm not even kidding. A lot of
people like it.
I had a poster of that movie in my room for years.
Nice.
Yeah,
because
they
all had long hair.
I had such a crush on every single character. Every single character.
They all had the same haircut.
Hermione didn't. And like Robert Pattinson is Cedric Diggory. I was like, wow.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he dies. Anyway, I thought that was so cool. Number 3 gotta be Harry Potter 2, Chamber of Secrets.
Damn. Chamber of Secrets is good.
Terrifying.
Yeah. It's still got the magic. The first 2 movies have the like...
They're so young.
Yeah, and the same director, I'm pretty sure, the first 2.
Yeah. And I don't know. The second one just felt very like gothic in a way.
I get that there's something. It
feels like
murder mystery.
Green. And it's like, it's cool. Like he just suddenly can talk to snakes. And you realize like from the first movie, that's how the whole snake thing went about. It's just got like cool connections.
I get that.
Number 4 is, I'm going to go with the first one.
That's fair.
I love the first.
High too.
Yeah, I love the first 4.
Just such a good job of introducing.
They're just
the world.
So cute too. Yeah. And Draco, like, I can choose your friends, Potter or whatever. And Harry, like little kids being like, I think I can figure out my friends for myself. Like, oh, that's sass.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 4. You got 4 to go.
Wow.
So you've got the 2 7s, you've got 6, and you've got 5.
Mm-hmm. Number 5 is number 6, the one we just saw.
Say that again.
My
number
5th
spot.
My 5th is Half-Blood Prince.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's really funny, And then the next one is Order of the Phoenix.
Damn.
I know, right? I'm really just kind of going, but I swear I'm not going in order on
You
purpose.
like the old, you don't like the newer ones.
I do. I really like the older ones.
Yeah.
I think with the whole like when Harry's introduced to the world, it feels so magical.
Yeah. This isn't my original quote, but it's always stuck with me, is that the first 15 minutes of that movie, the first movie, is like the best world building in any movie ever.
Whoa.
The way you learn so much so fast, and it just feels right.
Yeah, it does.
It
feels comfy.
Yeah.
And then part 2, then part 1.
Yeah.
I think my least favorite is, I think that was yours too.
My least favorite was 7 part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
my favorite was 3. So our top and bottom we can agree on.
Yeah, we're just
everything.
Everything
and actually,
is kind of flipped
our
in the
one
middle.
is in the same spot. It's like top 4.
Yeah.
Like respect for the first one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really like 5 and you didn't like 5 and you really like 4 and I didn't like 4.
I like 5.
But that's the thing. I like them all.
I'd
watch 7 part 1
I really
right
like
now.
5. I think 5 just had such a heavy emotional toll. And it was like info heavy. I remember as a kid, I really didn't understand that little orb.
The orb?
Like he kind of goes into that place and he like pulls out this like orb with like smoke in it.
In the 5th movie?
Yeah, there's like this room with a bunch of like crystal balls.
Oh,
or
the
something.
prophecy.
Yeah, the prophecy.
Yes.
I did not understand that. And I was like,
where they keep all their prophecies.
What in God's name?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot in the movies that isn't explained well enough. I remember always watching it with my mom and she's being like, what? And I'm like, so it's this and this and this. But if you didn't read they just don't explain it well enough.
Yeah. And obviously Sirius Black dies and I was just like heartbroken. So heartbroken
so
when he
sad. Yeah,
God.
Yeah, because that's like the room where all the souls go.
Yeah, just oh my God, it hurt me so much.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And by Bellatrix too, who is incredible. Probably one of the best.
Dude,
I feel like her and like Johnny Depp's portrayal of Captain Jack Sparrow are like cousins.
Has she done Captain Jack Sparrow?
No. I just feel like her Bellatrix.
Oh.
Like Bellatrix and Captain Jack Sparrow they'd just be like running around.
They do have wow. They do have like a very
chaotic, flamboyant.
Yeah.
Chaotic. Yeah. But like hers is like chaotic evil and his is like chaotic good.
Yeah. Neutral maybe.
Anyway, I mean Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp have done a lot of projects together.
Okay.
So
she's amazing.
Yeah. Like incredible. Yeah. And yeah, just had a good time. Could talk about Harry Potter forever.
I know.
Do you know your Patronus?
I think I was a dolphin. Dude, dolphins live good lives. They might be smarter than people.
Mine's a tigress.
Ooh.
I know. That sounds way cooler than yours. Sorry.
That does sound great.
Yeah. That's like the only other thing. Like, what's your house and what's your Patronus?
Yeah.
What's your house? I'm a Ravenclaw.
All right, you're dancing. I think it's time to call this. Let's kind of wrap this bad boy up.
But yeah, thank you so much for making it to the end.
Substack? Nah, this maybe not Substack. All right.
I just can't think of anything. Right. I'm so sleepy now. My coffee is gone.
Comment. You made it to the credit gang. Thank you so much, comments.
Comment your house below.
Yeah.
Comment, like, no shame. No shame. Enjoy things. Live life. Bye.